Hello everyone, welcome to Sources classes. This is Tushar Shaw, and in this video we will be starting JAM 2019 questions. Okay, we'll be starting to solve JAM 2019 question paper. Okay, so for the next few videos we'll be trying to solve it and finish it up at as early as possible. Okay, so without wasting any time, let us look at the first question here. Okay, the first question says for a reaction of the type A plus B to products, A plus B to products. Okay. I forgot to mention. Firstly, we'll be solving the MCQ types, and then with after 30 question of MCQ, we'll be moving on to 10 questions of MSQ, and then the 20 questions of NAT. Okay. So firstly, we'll be solving the MCQ questions. Anyways, so the question gives that this is the reaction given for A plus B to type is equal to products. The unit of rate constant is given as the unit of K. Okay. Unit of K is equal to mole L in liter inverse second inverse. Okay, now the question says the order of the reaction is okay. So for the unit of the rate constant, we have this formula, moles per liter to the power 1 minus n into second inverse. Okay, now here n is the order of the reaction. Okay, so if you put in the like in the options, you can see there 0 1 2 3. 1 will always also like obviously be not the answer, because if we give 1, only second inverse would be left. This will be 1 minus 1, that is to the power 0. Anything to the power 0 equal to 1. Okay, so only second inverse would be there. So either 0 or 1. Okay, so let us put the value of 0 over here. Like if the reaction is 0 ordered, then what would happen is we'll be getting mole per liter second inverse, or we may write it like this, mole liter inverse second inverse, which is obviously what we have here. Okay, so the reaction here is 0 Okay, so option A says 0, so option A is the correct option. Okay, the reaction is 0th order. Now moving on to the next question, we have thermodynamic criteria of the for spontaneity of a process in the system under constant volume and temperature and in the absence of any work other than expansion of work is. Okay, so the spontaneity of the reaction is for of the system in under constant volume and temperature. Okay, so under constant volume and temperature, we cannot find out like predict the spontaneity with the delta G value, because normally what we use is delta G value, but that is under variable variable temperature and variable volume. But here the delta G is here the delta G cannot be considered, because given that the temperature and volume is constant and any other work is not done. Okay, except for the expansion work. Okay, so obviously if delta G is not used, we can use delta A, that is the Helmholtz free energy. Here for being volume and temperature constant, this would not be like there would be not a problem for this. So obviously if delta A is negative, then also the reaction would be spontaneous, because delta G and delta A both are the same thing, just pressure is involved over here and volume is involved in the delta A value. Okay, so the Helmholtz free energy, if being negative, then the reaction is also spontaneous. Okay, reaction is spontaneous. Okay, so in the options you can see that option C says the change in Helmholtz free energy is negative, option C, and therefore option C is the correct one. Okay, moving on to the next question that we have, the number of modes of vibration of carbon dioxide molecule that can be detected using infrared spectroscopy is. Okay, so there are total four modes. You can see that 3n minus 5 is equal to 4 for where n is equal to 3 for carbon dioxide molecule. So there are four modes of vibration. Four modes of vibration for the CO2 molecule. Okay, now the number of vibrational mode that can be detected by IR spectroscopy, that we have to see. Okay, the four types of vibration possible are, this is the symmetric stretch. Okay, symmetric stretch, uh, this is the anti-symmetric stretch, anti-symmetric stretch. Okay, and there are two bending modes having the same degenerate state. Okay, two bending modes in the degenerate level. Okay, yeah. So among this, the symmetric stretch cannot be detected by IR spectroscopy because there is no change in the dipole moment of the system. Okay. Obviously, because you can see that if the stretch is symmetric, the vibration this wouldn't create any dipole moment in the system, and therefore this would not be we can detect it by IR. So the anti-symmetric stretch can be detected, and the two bending mode that also can be detected by the IR spectroscopy. Okay, so here three types of three bending modes are obviously detectable by IR spectroscopy, and therefore 3 is the correct answer. In the options you can see option C says 3, and option C is therefore the correct one. Okay, moving on to the next question. This is a mathematical question obviously, so I won't be solving this one. I'll just give you the answer. Like it is a very easy question obviously. Like for the non-coplanar vectors A, B and C, the expression A dot B into C can be written as, okay, for for non coplanar vectors what happens is that the multiplication is commutative. Okay, so we can write this as equal to A into B dot C. Okay, and in the options you can see that option A is the correct option. Option A is the option that we get over here, so option A is the correct option. Okay, yeah. So moving on to the last question of this video, that is question number 5. Okay, so the correct trend of bond order is, okay, no, now we are given the three systems, that is O2 plus, O2 minus and O2 2 minus. Okay, now you may understand by this concept. I just learned this. So for let us say for 14 electron system, that is for example N2. Now the bond order, that is the number of bond order is 3. Okay. So for a 15 electron system, we let us say N2 minus, the bond order is 2.5. So for a 16 electron system, for example O2. Okay, so O2 has two bonds. For a 17 electron system, that is O2 minus, let us say it has 1.5 bonds, bond order is 1.5, and for the 18 electron system, for example let us say Cl2, it has bond order equal to 1. Okay, now oxygen O2 is obviously having 16, that is 2 bonds. So O2 plus would be having the configuration of N2 minus. Okay, so 2.5 bonds will be there, and O2 minus, as I already told you, 1.5 bond is there, and O2 2 minus, O2 2 minus will be having the 18 electrons. Okay, 16 plus 2, 18 electrons would be having the bond order 1. Okay, so the highest bond order is for O2 plus, then it is O2 minus, then it is O2 2 minus. Okay, 2.5 is there, 1.5 is there, 1 is there. Okay, so the correct trend is O2 plus, O2 plus, then O2 minus, then O2 2 minus. Okay, so the in the options you can see that option D has this option. Okay, option D, and therefore option D is the correct one. Okay, okay. So by this we end this video over here. Yeah, so yeah, I will be like taking obviously I'm you must have noticed the trend that I am doing like every class of mine is approximately of about 15 minutes. Okay, so if we tell and on an average the TIFR and the jam questions required 5 to 6 questions to solve. Okay, and there are 60 questions in this set, so most probably 10 to 12 classes would be required for solving this whole set of questions. Okay, so yeah, so this is the first class completed, and let us end this video, and we'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Okay, from question number 6, then we'll be starting. Okay, so thank you.